No anti-spoilers tonight. This is another deciding game between Bisu and Shiny McShinerson. Oh man, can you imagine Shiny McShinerson in the round of 16? Oh man, you know what? Shine doesn't even really look that scared. He's kind of just looking at his fingers. Bisu's the one that looks nervous, so maybe Shine is playing into the mind games here. Usually the players, the Royal Road type of players, they look extremely nervous moving up, but Shine is really composed. He's brought some... he's basically brought the same strategy to both games. But he knows how to beat Bisu. He knows how to beat him. And if he uses the same kind of strategy on Heartbreak Ridge, well, we remember what Yellow did to him. 3, 2, 1... 0. Heartbreak Ridge is the map. 2 players. Let's go. Go Bisu. Okay. Let's get the colors and positions. Over here at the 9 o'clock in brown is Bisu. That means over at the 4 o'clock in orange was Shine. Yeah, Shine is pretty goofy looking, but, you know, looks aren't everything. Although Bisu, let me say this first. I do have an unblemished record of staunch heterosexuality, but I find all men just repugnant. They smell, they're ugly, I hate all of them. They're gross. But Bisu is, I gotta admit, he's hot. I mean, you have to admit that. And here I was calling Bisu gay in the first 2 games. But okay, oh god. You're gonna have a field day with that one. Let's see what Shine is going to do now. If he's always going for, I think, the extractor trick to get an extra drone. Yes, he is. He's going out with that drone, so he might be expanding, actually. Although it's a bit too early for him to expand. Just always going out, making sure Bisu isn't trying any cheesiness on him. I guess he watched the Pro League finals where Bisu went for the cheesiness to beat Perfect Man, a perfect cheese, no doubt. And this is a pretty early scout for him. And Bisu, luckily he's in here to scout whatever's going on, whatever Shine is thinking about doing. Shine still hasn't put down anything, so getting out that extra drone, I still think this is probably for some kind of interesting strategy. And since he sent out that drone so early, it makes me think he's going to try something maybe suicidal. Since he's back here and he's going to... oh, I see. I think he's going to go for a rush strategy. I think he's going to rush some Zerglings past this point. Maybe some Lurkers, actually. Eventually Lurkers, to get past this point after he's mined these minerals. So this is very good thinking of Shine. We'll see if it works out. We'll see if Bisu scouts this or not. But yeah, obviously Shine has come into this with a couple of plans. Just like Hero did to beat Bisu in the last one. But Bisu, he isn't really... oh, Bisu putting down another pylon. Bisu's been so annoying at denying these bases, but it worked out extremely well for him than the last game. So the longer he can deny the base, the better, I say. Because Shine might actually be forced to just put down a base somewhere else. No, he's going to... oh, Bisu denies it once again, denying the hatchery. So yes, Shine forced to put down his hatchery at a foreign location, not next to his base. So it could be a little bit harder for him to defend if Bisu decides to get out some Zealots early to put on the pressure. But yeah, here comes Shine's plan. He is getting ready to mine out all of these minerals. Even though literally every mineral patch has 0 minerals in it. But there are quite a few patches there to get rid of. Lots of nothing to mine out. Finally, the gas coming down. But yeah, Shine was basically committing to somewhat the same strategy as the last couple of games, but this is kind of an adaptation of that, I think. Although he's backing off from sneaking his Zerglings past. For whatever reason. I think Bisu knew about that. Bisu knew about that. He was hanging around with a couple of probes by the choke, the top choke leading into that base. And I think these cannons are positioned in a way that they'll be able to cover the probes as they mine, even though there's a hole behind that base. Unless Shine decides to go for lurkers, which would definitely be bad for Bisu. Bisu will be able to defend it, I think. And Bisu's going to come over here with one probe. He's probably going to send out a probe scout pretty soon and see that Shine, he just has all of his Zerglings at the front as opposed to running out the back end. Okay, another base coming up. Then the lair coming up for Shine. So he could very well be going for that very early lurker build to run those lurkers back behind the base and make Bisu extremely mad. Yeah, this is, wow. That's what I've noticed a lot about round of 36 games, is players always seem to go for the same strategy in every single game. So that shows you somewhat of a refinement over time. I mean, the first game kind of played out like this, a little bit sloppier, but this game is turning out pretty much the same way. Bisu playing a little bit more on the edge in this game, trying to kill a Zergling, although that put his Zealot in the red. So because that Zealot's in the red, I don't think he's going to be able to use both Zealots effectively to take down these Zerglings. Shine's not an idiot. He's going to focus on that red Zealot, the Zealot that has red health, if Bisu should decide to come out. And Bisu being denied the scout, even though I don't think the Zerglings have speed yet. So it's very interesting that he's denying that without speed. Bisu sneaking past. He was using his Zealots as a distraction for these Zerglings, but now the Zerglings probably are going to get speed very, very soon to take out this probe. But Bisu, basically his mission right now is to get information about the top base to see if Shine has taken that top base or his natural. And the speed up for Shine. He gets his Zergling speed up to deny this scout, and Bisu, he sees that base, and he sees that there isn't a second gas coming up, so you can probably safely assume there's going to be a lot of Hydras coming his way. Either that or Shine is committing to more bases, which is probably the more likely thing, saving up minerals for more hatcheries. Okay, Spire's going to come up. That means there's going to be a couple skirts to deal with that Corsair, and Shine saw the Corsair with his Zergling, so he's going to be prepared once the Spire pops up. But in the meantime, he's probably going to lose an Overlord to the pesky, pesky Corsair. And this is good of Bisu. What I've noticed from Protoss, usually they use the Corsair to scout bases. But yes, these days I think you're going to get more of an advantage out of your Corsairs if you just use them very, very early to take out that first Overlord. Just stop a little bit of the supply and maybe even take down a second Overlord. I remember Bisu actually winning against Jaedong on this map on Heartbreak Ridge in a Pro League game by just going heavy, heavy Corsair, and he just took out a ton of Overlords to start out with. And Bisu trying to split Shine's attention. He does lose one Corsair, but he still has one in here. And yeah, finally the Hydras are going to pop, so that's going to help Shine a little bit in defending his Overlords. But Bisu has to be mindful of the tricks. I have a feeling that Shine is going to go for something very similar to what Yellow went for to beat Bisu on this map. Just a drop inside the main here, which is basically what Shine has gone for in the other two games. So Bisu is probably expecting that at this point. And the High Templar being spotted by Shine. He's licking his lips saying, I can't wait to snipe that. And I'm sure he's going to, unless Bisu can find some way to prevent it. Yes, I'm basically expecting Shine to make this play out a lot like the first game, where he is going to go for Mutalisk to snipe the High Templar. I don't think he'll be able to get a lot of economic damage with the Mutalisk. But actually, it's very likely, since Bisu, he's committing to putting down cannons at his front, the front of his natural expansion, but he doesn't have anything near the back of his natural to fight off Mutas, so Shine could very well be doing that tech switch as I speak.